Um, I'll be starting to introduce the speakers for today. First, we have Dr. Abdelhadi Arabi. He is an entrepreneur and pharmacist with a decade of experience in the pharmaceutical industry. As the founder and CEO of Platform One, Dr. Abdelhadi revolutionized Egypt's pharmaceutical supply chain through the first online B2B multi-vendor marketplace. His entrepreneurial success led to strategic exit and a prominent role in OIMET. Beyond his business ventures, Dr. Abdelhadi is deeply committed to social initiatives and has served as the volunteer president and founder of AYB Cairo University. Dr. Abdelhadi, you can start.
As the first, I want to thank you all for your time and for the kind invitation. I will share my screen. يعني mainly today I will talk about a couple of things. I will talk about my journey in entrepreneurship through the last 10 years, and I will also talk more about entrepreneurship tips for students. And I wish you can get benefit from this presentation. At the first, let me start with this. My name is Abdelhadi Arabi. I'm 30 years old. I'm a pharmacist. I'm graduated from Faculty of Pharmacy, Cairo University, around 10 years ago. I started my career with a lot of with different roles. I started at the first working in IQVIA and in multinational companies like IQVIA, like Abbott, and some other small companies like Publicist Inc. or علشانك يا بلدي or AYB. After that, I found my passion in a specific problem. I faced the specific problem while my journey as a pharmacist. This problem was in the daily orders. I think it was a little bit hard for any pharmacist in Egypt to order the pharmacy needs from different suppliers using the traditional phone calls. So I started my journey with this problem. Any entrepreneur he is a problem solver. يعني the main motive for any entrepreneur is to find the problem and to start to tackle this problem, to find the right solution for this problem. And starting from this, I quit my multinational company. I was working in IQV, as I told you, and I decided to jump into this entrepreneurial sea to start my journey. I started to found to search for my founder. I started this business with my co-founder Osama Al-Atroush and also Dr. Yusri. We started our business with a very small solution. It's called Platform One, as you can see. We started from four different co-founders, and now we are more than 150 employees. We are working in four countries. We're working in Jordan, we're working in Egypt, in Saudi Arabia, and also in Sultanate Oman. I will talk more about Platform One. Platform One was simply the first B2B marketplace in Egypt, connecting pharmacies and suppliers. The main reason behind this is to facilitate the daily orders for the pharmacist and to make it easier for each pharmacy to place his orders 24/7 from anywhere, anytime, easily. And we were the first B2B marketplace. And after one and a half year of successful business, it wasn't that smooth as any new business or any startup. But after 1.5 years, we started. We were working in three different governorates in Egypt, in Cairo and in Alexandria, with more than 1,000 pharmacy. After that success, we got acquired. We got acquired from Omet. Omet is a healthcare startup established in Jordan in 2015. And after that, they were seeking for to start their business in Egypt, and by that we got acquired by Omit, and now we are working as Omit Egypt, and I'm the country manager of Omit. And as you can see, this is our beautiful team. Now we are more than 150 employees working on different technology solutions for the supply chain. We have two main products. The first product is a multi-vendor marketplace. This marketplace is working in Jordan and in Egypt, and we have also an ERP system for the pharmacists. This ERP is working in the Gulf area and also in Jordan. This is a small introduction about me and my experience in entrepreneurship. After that, I will talk more about entrepreneurship introduction about entrepreneurship for everyone. Um, at the first, everyone who can start his career. What is the there is a common question: what is the main difference between to be a businessman or to be an entrepreneur? In my opinion. The hard thing in entrepreneurship is that you start a business with no manual, with no work manual. No one did this business before, so you need to figure out your way to find the right solution for your business. But the businessman, it's a regular business. Someone want to find the way to. It's established business. There is a lot of trials for this business before, but the entrepreneurship, the hard thing in this it's probably you are the first one who want to solve this problem. You will not find a clear manual for your answers. You will not find a clear path for your solution, and there is a specific characteristics for each entrepreneur. In my opinion, the first thing is the problem solving. Every entrepreneur is the problem solving. He find the problem. This problem makes him can't go to sleep deeply, and he want to solve this problem. And this is the start of any startup. He need to solve this problem. So the first thing, in my opinion, problem solving. The second thing is risk taking. You need to risk everything when you want to start a new business. It's not an easy decision. You need to risk your social life. You need to risk your work life balance. You need to risk your stability. You need to risk a lot of things. You can take this jump and to start your business. And it's not an easy decision, and it's not an easy step for everyone. It needs some characters who can take this hard steps. Second part, from my point of view, is to be mainly customer oriented, and to try to find the right solution for your problem that can serve the client in a revolutionized way. And this is not A to B steps. It's a long journey. It's a long journey. It's not uh, a straightforward journey. So, as I told you, the main characteristics for entrepreneur, at the first, it's risk taking. Second part, it's persistence, and I believe persistence is much more important than talent, even. To be an entrepreneur, you need to be very persistent to can reach the right solution for the problem you are working for. You are working for its solution. In my story, I got rejected from my solution. Platform one got rejected from a lot of pharmacists at the start. I started my MVP or my first product with a survey for more than 50 pharmacies. And I remember that around more than 45 pharmacists reject my solution at the first. So you need to be persistent to can go through all of these challenges. And now we have more than 6,000 ordering pharmacies in our app. So you need to be persistent to can go through all of these challenges. The third point is to have a clear vision, and it's not easy also. You need to have a clear vision to find the right solution. This vision which will uh, which will make you يعني can find the right team for your startup, and then you can lead this team by making them believing in this vision, and then you will find your way to reach this destination. Then, as I told you, problem solving. Uh, and the thing after that is anti-fragility. Anti-fragility, I do believe it's a part of the persistence, but you need to be anti-fragile. As a market is not easy. It's not easy to start a business and to launch a business. So you need to be anti-fragile. You need to get the head from the customers and get back to the reality and get back to the work with a smile to can go through the next challenges in a good way. Then self-awareness. Self-awareness is a very important part also. It will help you to find the right team members and the right co-founders. You need to know very well your point of strength and point of weakness. If you know your points of weakness very well, you will find the right partners who can fulfill or who can balance these points. After that, it's leadership. Leadership is one of the most important things. And as you know, leadership or management in some definitions, it's doing things by others. It's very important when you start a new business. You need to have a lot of believers in your idea, and it's not easy to lead the team and make them believers in your idea. The last one is continuous growth and learning. As an entrepreneur, you need to always be up to the challenges you will face. يعني you need to keep learning, keep reading, keep always learning continuously to can be up to the challenges you will face. You will face a lot of challenges, and you need to keep being on track on this part. In my example, I studied I finalized my MBA and the major was entrepreneurship. uh, to enrich my skills to can lead the team. Now I have a lot of team members reporting to me. It's around 55 employees. So you need to work more about your growth and your learning and your reading to can enrich your skills in this part. Everyone will start his business. He thinks this is the journey. You will face a challenge, you will find a solution, but it's not the case. This is the case. You will find a challenge, and this is the solution. The journey, it's not easy. It's full of ups and downs, and full of trials. So you need to be aware of this before you start. Startups, it's not for everyone. Some people can find their way and can find a good solution, and other people can be a good employees. And it's not. I want to highlight this thing very very clear to everyone, especially for the students. It's not the only way to be successful is to be an entrepreneur. I totally against that. It's a trend now, but I think You can be a very good, a successful entrepreneur, and you can be a very bad entrepreneur. You can be a successful employee. You can be a very bad employee. You can be a businessman, good businessman. So you can be a successful person in any position, and you can be a very bad person in every position. So entrepreneurship, it's more about finding a challenge and finding a problem and working on providing a solution in a profitable way to can sustain this business. And it's not a straightforward, or it's not easy. More than 98% of the startups يعني most probably couldn't make it to the next level. Around 3% only can take it to the next level. That's يعني a lot of failures in this sector especially. And now we will talk more about the main reasons behind startups failing. As I told you, around only 2 to 3% of the startups can make it or can take it to the next level. And there is a lot of reasons behind that. The main reason behind the startups failing, because there is no market need. يعني sometimes you can start a business and you have an idea, but it's a good idea. It's a nice to have product, but there is no clear market need for this problem. And there is around 20, 40, 42% of these startups failing because of this problem. A lot of startups start their business, and the founder totally believe in this idea and have persistence to start, but the market has no need for this product. And this is a very important part. If you will start a business, you need to validate, you need to find the right product. You need to find to make sure that the market has a clear need for this product. And يعني there is a straightforward answer for this. If the customer willing to pay to have your product, there is a market need. If multiple customers have uh, willing to pay, and they can pay you to get benefit of this product, so that there is a clear market need. But it's not okay to go to the customer to ask them, is it okay for you to find a solution to take you from your home to the college in 5 seconds? Everyone will go, yes, I will subscribe, I will take this solution. But no one will pay for a helicopter to take him from home to the college. And you can read a book called The Mom Test to help you to validate and to make sure that your product has a clear market need. The second part is run out of cash. Run out of cash is a very important reason also, especially in يعني after 2022, after the crisis of startups in 2022, the fundraising become harder than before. So it's very important for each founder to have a good control on the money, to make sure he will not run out of cash before يعني either to be profitable or to find another investor and to take more rounds to scale the business. The third point is not finding the right team. And the team is the most important factor for a startup success. Good team with bad startup idea can make a very good successful business, but bad team with a brilliant idea will make a great fail. يعني you need to find the right team to make sure this idea will go to يعني this team can take it to the next level. And this is one of يعني. Okay. تمام. it's clear now. So I will continue. Finding the right team is the most important thing for every founder. يعني as I told you, the right team can make a bad idea a very successful business, and a good team, uh, bad team can make a brilliant idea a very يعني a very fast fail, and a good team can make a regular idea a very successful business. And you will find a lot of examples like this. You will find regular businesses with يعني not a brilliant ideas, but the team is very strong. So this team can take the business to the next level. The next point is get out competed, and this need to every founder has to make a clear يعني competitor analysis for even for the direct competitor or the indirect competitor, as you can get out competed by one of the competitor. The last point is the pricing. A lot of startups want to enter the market with a low prices. So around 18% of the startups fail because of this reason. But this is a very crucial point for every startup, to have a good pricing, to have a clear cost structure for your product. This will help you to scale your business, with a good profitability. I hope this is clear for everyone. And if you have any question, we will have 5 minutes for the questions. After that, I will
Yes, thank
talk.
you very much for this
You're welcome. You're welcome.
for this. Yes. Concerning the question part, we've decided to make the question like when all the speaker finish.
Okay.
Okay?
Clear.
Okay.
So we will talk now about the business model canvas. If you will, يعني if you need to start your business, you need to have clear answers for some questions, and this model will help you to يعني to have يعني one page business model for your business. And this model will help you to understand your business more, and to can also find يعني all the answers you need to find in the initial step. And this business model canvas, it's يعني it consists from 9 blocks. It's like a journey. You need to answer these questions in a good way, to can find all you need from يعني all you need to know about your business, to can يعني to can take it to the next level. And this is very important, especially in the initial phase. At the first, you need to answer these questions. The first one for me, it's the value proposition. If you want to start a business, you need to know clear what is the value you will deliver to the customers by doing this business. After that, after you have a clear value proposition for your business, you need to segment your customer. You need to know clearly the customer segments, your customer segment, and what is the customer segments you are working to serve mainly. And then you need to find the channels, and the channels you will talk with the customers through. And then you need to set a clear relationship between you and your customer. It's يعني either it will be a one time, or it will be a long term relationship between you and your customer. After that, you need to go to the next section. It's related to your it's related mainly to your resources. What is the main resources you have? Here is the key resources and the key partners. This is the resources you will start your business with. Either if you have a clear key partners or key suppliers, or you have a clear key resources, either human resources or clear distributors or channels you will tackle by your business. And after that, you need to start to list down the activities you need to do initially to start your business. After all of that, you need to start to calculate the cost. What is the most important elements in your business plan? What is the most important elements to start your business? And finally, you need to يعني this part is the most important part in all of this 9 blocks. It's the revenue streams, and we will have a separate slide for this one. You need to have a clear way to can monetize this idea. Entrepreneurship, there is a lot of يعني there is different types of entrepreneurship: social enterprises or clear يعني enterprises entrepreneurship regular. In the both sides, you need to have a clear revenue streams for your business. And this is some examples for revenue streams. It's either you can make your business revenue came by subscription. And subscription, you have a lot of examples for that. It's like Spotify, Netflix, or Apple Music, or it's mainly for the B2C. And to have a successful subscription model, you need to have a wide number, a long يعني a lot of customers to can have a successful subscription model. Then you can have an on demand. It's on demand. It's by clear purchase. Then you can have e-commerce or marketplace, and you will get commission from that. And you have another type. It's called freemium. It's like uh, LinkedIn or Dropbox or any other examples like that. In this model, you will have a free of charge service, and then to can get benefit from all this product, you need to pay a subscription for that. And finally, you can generate revenue through data. But I'm not a big fan to start a business with having a revenue stream through data or through advertising. It's like a cherry on the top. After you have a successful business, you can generate revenue from data or from advertising. But at the first, you need to have clear business model, either subscription, on demand, commission, freemium. You need to have a clear business model, a clear revenue stream to can sustain until you will have a lot of data or a lot of customers to can generate revenue through data or advertising. After that, I want to talk also about a very common mistake. Anyone who need to start a business usually fail on or get tracked by this mistake. If you want to start a product or to build a product, especially digital products, you need to build it in you need to build at the first the minimum viable product. You need to build the MVP. And this is a very important expression, or this is a very important expression for any entrepreneur or anyone who want to establish the business. If you want to build the car, if you ask anyone, he will told you need to start to work until you build this car, and then you need to go to the market by this idea. But if you ask this for an entrepreneur, he will get back to the reason why you need this car. If you need this car to get from this point to this point, you can at the first take this solution, and then you will find a better solution, and then you will find a faster solution, and then at the final step you will reach your goal. Because if you waited until you have a successful product, in the most of cases, you will not have enough stamina for until you reach to reach this point. You need to have a lot of small steps, successful steps, and this will lead you to find the clear solution. And there is a very important part here also. If you started when you start building your product, it's like a journey, and you need to listen to the customer to build the right product. And if you waited and build your product and build the product based on your hypothesis and based on your ideas, it will not be a successful product. Successful products came mainly from a lot of trials and asking the customers and get back to the market and fail and get back to the customers. By that you are in a continuous improvement cycle. Until now we have a lot of every 2 weeks we have a lot of adjustments to our product, a lot of edits to our products. We listen to our customers and get back to the market and get back to the kitchen to solve this problem. And finally, I encourage everyone want to start the business to use this template. It's a small template help you to illustrate your or to summarize your business model in a one paragraph. So if you find any investor in the elevator, you can talk to him clearly to illustrate your product, illustrate your idea. And this template is mainly focusing on the customer and the problem, and the way your startup solving this problem. Finally, this is my LinkedIn. It was my pleasure to be here with you. Thank you all, and I hope you enjoyed my small talk. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much for this insightful presentation. We greatly appreciate the effort and valuable information shared, and we have certainly taken detailed notes to further our understanding. Thank you so much, Dr. Abdelhadi. Joining us today is Dr. Asil Al-Faifi, a promising pharmacist with a strong academic background. Dr. Asil graduated from Jazan University with first-class honors and was recognized as one of the academically excellent students. He is currently pursuing a PGY1 clinical pharmacy residency at King Saud University Medical City. Dr. Asil's leadership skills are evident in his roles as founding president of Adwa Podcast and executive vice president of the student chapter of the Saudi Pharmaceutical Society. Dr. Asil, you can start.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam.
My screen obvious, you all?
Yes.
As well as my voice, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, now let me just share the screen. Is it clear now?
Yes, it's clear.
Okay. First of all, I would like to thank, sorry, just I'm not seeing my face. I cannot talk without seeing my face.
Yes.
Okay. I'm sorry for the technical issues. Okay. First of all, I would like to thank IVPN Network for inviting me here and for inviting Adwa Podcast to talk in this webinar with many experts and highly qualified entrepreneurs. يعني. Maybe I'm not gonna talk about يعني mainly entrepreneurship because I'm not entrepreneur, okay? But we started something and we are very aspiring that it's gonna be a business in the future. So for younger pharmacists, for people who are willing to establish their own business, I think, okay, I'm coming from the future because I have failed 3 times, okay, to establish a podcast. And finally, this one, يعني stand, okay? My name is Asil Al-Fayfi, founding president of Adwa Podcast and BJO clinical pharmacy resident at King Saud University Medical City in Riyadh, okay? So first of all, the outlines of this presentation, we're gonna identify and know who we are yani, as Adwa team, also the idea behind Adwa podcast, as well as number and achievements that we have succeeded yani, so far. Also, how tasks should be organized within a team, okay? Especially when we are talking about multiple يعني rules, multiple committees, okay? And the يعني task has to be done at a certain point of time. So you should have a really structured, organized, like strategical like mapping, okay, to facilitate this and to not be getting confused with so many tasks. Also, marketing plan that's very necessary in every business model and as well as financial aspects at the end. طيب, first of all, as Dr. عبد الهادي said, يعني actually Dr. عبد الهادي ما شاء الله يعني coming نجي بعده صراحة we have nothing to say الأمانة يعني he actually covered a lot of things that I'm going to talk about today, but as he said يعني first and foremost is the team that you are going to work with them, okay, is like the key, actually the key, and they will lead you either to succeed or to fail, okay? So you should be very picky when you are selecting your team, okay? And you, for me, يعني in Adwa, actually I'm very proud of my team, يعني because I have picked them, يعني because I have worked with every one of them, to be honest. يعني they are very amazing team. I'm very proud of them. الأمانة. We are only 9 and alhamdulillah, يعني we have done great efforts so far. Riham Al-Harbi, she's vice president. Hadiz Mtairi, he's the editor. Reem Shemmeri, she is the head of scientific committee, as well as Amal Al-Harbi, she is the head as well for also the Arabic content writing, and Rawan Al-Shemmeri and Bender Al-Sagri, they are information collectors, and Abdullah Al-Hassan, he is public relations, and Dima Al-Ibrahim, she is the head of design. So after we have found our team, okay, we should find another gap, okay? We should find a gap because any business, anything, any initiative, any product, it has to fill certain gap, okay? And this gap should be very يعني something you when you come, okay, and when you fill this gap, okay, there must be something noticeable, okay, يعني something you have يعني measurable, okay? And from my understanding and from my previous يعني experience in podcasts يعني because I have, as I said, I have failed 2 times and this one يعني زي ما نقول احنا بالعامية ثالثة ثابتة. ف I don't have يعني لما جينا في البداية يعني ما كان عندي يعني تصور واضح عن الشيء اللي أنا كنت أبغى أسوي له فيلينج باختصار يعني. in this time يعني في Edo podcast the question that comes to my mind, why Arabic therapeutic podcast يعني, and the reason was that we lack Arabic content, especially in pharmacotherapy, okay? So we identified the gap, okay, and we worked based on it. في ECCB they have podcasts, for example, BMG they have podcasts, we have another podcast for real life pharmacology, another podcast for critical care, but do we have, okay, Arabic podcast for pharmacotherapy? Absolutely not. يعني أدوى it's like يعني maybe أغلبنا ممكن طلاب صيدلة أو خريجي صيدلة فنعرف عبد المتعال فودة. do we have عبد المتعال فودة in pharmacotherapy? Nope يعني. دكتور عبد المتعال فودة especially يعني للفارماكولوجي تمام. we came يعني in Adwa to fill this gap. We have gap. This gap is mainly due to يعني lacking of Arabic content. We don't have that much information, so we came to fill it. We came to يعني to build a very strong scientific content in Arabic يعني. So we have identified the gap, we have find it. So now is this gap يعني needed to be filled or not? This question is very important actually, because not every gap, okay, there is a need to fill it or not. Because the need, okay, it's the one that's gonna formulate your business. So why Arabic Therapeutic Podcast? Again, because of professional development, because of a lot of things يعني that we are facing nowadays. For me يعني الرياض we have يعني ممكن بالزحمة نقعد تقريبا ساعة ونص يعني لين نوصل الدوام. فحلقة بودكاست يعني لين توصل إلى الجامعة it really matters يعني. أو إلى الشغل يعني. ف أدوى بودكاست comes يعني from these two main parameters mainly يعني. Also, the identity. The identity is very important as well because it should be clearly defined before everything, because it's the thing that's gonna attract the people that they are listening to you, purchasing your product, for example, etc. So in Adwa, for example, behind the name and our vision and mission, values as well was clearly defined. Behind the name, sorry. behind the name أدوى طبعا باللغة العربية تعني فلان يعني صحب مريضا أو أمرضه أو عالجه يعني. فطبعا هي على وزن أفعال، أوكي، أدوى وأفعال. فأيضا الرؤية حقتنا to be the first and the pioneers in pharmacotherapy, especially in Arabic world, and to improve understanding, to opening a lot of new avenues to improve healthcare in our Arabic world. Our mission and the things that we are committed to is to provide and deliver scientific, strong, trustworthy, updated information in pharmacotherapy for pharmacists, clinical pharmacists, physicians, all healthcare providers. يعني بطريقة مرة simple to provide and to improve ال continuous learning. And our goal is to نبني جيل صيدلاني واعد ذو كفاءة علمية عالية. طيب Adwa's numbers and achievements so far يعني الحمد لله in Twitter يعني أو X formerly over 1000 followers in the first 24 hours يعني of launching. As well as in YouTube, over 2,000 views in the first 24 hours of uploading the first episode. Now we are approximately around, I think, 800 subscribers or something. This presentation is somehow outdated. Alhamdulillah, shukr. Also, we have got recognized by the Saudi Commission newsletter, yani, as a new podcast, being yani, hosted by healthcare providers, especially pharmacists. Also in the Adwa, we have participated in the Saudi Founding Day in Manchester University at United Kingdom. Also we have ranked يعني position number 1 category in science في المملكة العربية السعودية. وهذا الايميل الجميل اللي جانا من كارلوس اللي يشتغل في الدعم الفني. طيب طيب Adwa numbers and achievements also الحمد لله we have approximately reached around 1 million impressions يعني. طبعا also this photo is outdated. Maybe it's in June, I think, before around 4 months or something. Task organization, this is very important صراحة and very hectic process. So and there's a lot of things actually I can advise يعني. There is Notion but it's مرة costly يعني صراحة. So يعني we يعني switch actually to the classical methods يعني Excel and Google Drive. That's it يعني, that's not too much cost. First of all, we have يعني Reem, Bender, and Rawan. They write the scientific content, and after that, we have Amal to write the script in Arabic, as well as approving and modifying the script if needed. It's in English, okay, but it's an Arabic podcast, but some يعني actually information it comes in Arabic يعني. But I'm gonna try to make it pure English يعني. I'm very sorry for that. However يعني the design Riham and Dima, they take the lead. Recording Asil, and the editing for Abdulaziz. Okay. Our targeted audience, as mentioned before, clinical pharmacists, physicians, residents, healthcare providers, students in the Arab world, and public students in the Arab world. Okay, so I'm delivering my presentation, making in consideration that 90% of the audience are Arabic يعني, speakers. So I'm sorry for the one who said that his misunderstanding or he's not getting the whole point of the presentation. Marketing plan, it's very important. We have we have many tracks. Okay, now we are mainly established 2 tracks: therapeutics and medications topics, with highlighting the recent trials, expert interviews that will come in the future, inshallah, case studies, and discussions on the latest research in the field. Financial aspect is really important, to be honest. Cost of the previous episodes or the products, whatever it should be clearly defined as well. For us, we have defined the estimated cost for the 3 previous episodes. Expected yearly budget also has to be done per episode, and plus monthly subscriptions to Apple Podcasts, etc. Revenue streams are mainly YouTube and X platforms. Revenue split طبعا 100% for podcast members. It's classified according to this appearing in the screen. This slide, or this صراحة, to be honest, to clearly define especially the financial aspect, it's very important, to avoid any dilemma that might raise in the future. So we have it's better actually to have a formal agreement, is to have written formal agreement for any to avoid any misunderstanding the future. Who knows, anything it's related to business, it's very to be honest, it can be confused. It can be very hectic, especially on the founder and the CEO, etc. So all of these should be clearly defined and written to avoid any issues. Previous episodes بيت بدون أساس مو بالضرورة حساس. We have here talked about Casgevy for sickle cell anemia and thalassemia, the first FDA approval drug actually about gene editing, and as also it has been approved recently by the Saudi FDA in Saudi Arabia. Also, we have talked about furosemide in an episode entitled by ما وراء الإدرار والكلية. Also كيف تاكل مفطح بدون ما تاكل مفطح. إبر مونجارو. We are saying here, okay, that how we are eating مفطح. مفطح is a very big meal in Arabic countries, okay? So how we are gonna eat it without eating it, okay? That's comes actually by Monjaro, because it's kind of preventing us from being hungry all the time, and makes us all the time our stomach is like filled of food. That's all about my presentation. Thank you. And here's our X account, Podcast Adwa, LinkedIn account, and for my information, you can I may share it with you in the after the presentation, and also it's found in LinkedIn account for IVPN Entrepreneurship. My name is Asil Feifi again. Thank you all for your attendance. I hope you got some useful information, and that's it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dr. Asil. That was
You're
very
welcome.
interesting, and it's wonderful that this connects us to our origin. Like, this is the first time I see an Arabic podcast, and this is
Yeah.
very
Thank you. Thank
amazing.
you so
Yeah,
much. Thank you so
you
much.
so much. Thank you so much. Next, we have Dr. Noor Al-Kumbarji, a dynamic entrepreneur and educator who is driving social and environmental innovation in Qatar. Noor is the founder of Impact Universal, a student initiative that fosters entrepreneurship and social entrepreneurship among university students. Her commitment to sustainability is evident in her work with Permila, a pharmaceutical agriculture startup. Noor's passion for education and her research on SDG education and global citizenship in Qatar demonstrate her dedication to creating a better future. Dr. Noor, you can start now.
So hi everyone. Thank you so much for having me. I think if Dr. Asil can stop sharing his screen, I can
I
share now.
really apologize. Sorry. Wait.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Sorry, as I said,
I can do that.
okay. There. Thank you. Thank you for saving my life.
It's okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Perfect. Okay. So usually, to be honest, I don't have a screen. I don't have a slideshow, but I felt a little bit of a FOMO, so I prepared something really quick. I usually don't prepare anything when I go on stage or talk online, because usually it's my story who brings me to such kind of webinars. So I'm really glad that Dr. Abdelhadi spoke about everything that is about entrepreneurship, and Dr. Asil spoke about everything that is in pharmacy, because we have a pharmacist that is into an entrepreneurship, which is Dr. Abdelhadi. We have a pure pharmacist, which is Dr. Asil, Dr. Asil, and we have a pharmacist that left pharmacy, which is me. I'm not gonna go technical like everyone else. It's like an inspirational talk, I think, and this is what I provide to, and this is what I bring to all stages that I go to. So, hi everyone, my name is Noor Qambarji. I'm Palestinian, born and raised in Doha, Qatar, but I studied in Jordan, and Jordan was the place where I discovered myself. Sadly, lately, but it was too late to discover myself, but it happened when I discovered myself that I want to be an entrepreneur rather than a pharmacist. I studied at Applied Science Private University in Amman. And in my third year as a pharmacist, or third year as a pharmacy student, I discovered myself that this is not my place. And I want to be involved in entrepreneurship, which is something that I've never thought of, to be honest. And I think this is the case of most of the students that we have, not only within pharmacy, in engineering, in IT, in linguistics, whatever it is. But once they discover that there are a few things that in entrepreneurship that has misconcepted over and over again, and they start to learn more about it, or they start to figure it out, they get to a point where they're interested in joining entrepreneurship, and this was my case. So right now, I work as a research assistant at the College of Public Policy at Hamad bin Khalifa University, which is under Qatar Foundation. And Hamad bin Khalifa University is the first and only post-grad university only in Doha. And also, I'm the founder of Impact Universal, and we'll talk more about it. So to begin with, I'm going to start with how I started with entrepreneurship. So as a pharmacy student, I think this has been a case for a lot of people where they kicked it off with the Help Price Foundation. If you don't know what the Help Price Foundation is, it's a $1 million investment competition that happens every single year. I'm positive that you find it in your country. It goes around 121 countries, and it's only for university students, whether in bachelor's, master's, or PhD. If you are an enrolled student, you can participate in Help Prize. Every single year, they have a different theme that you can participate in. So in my day, it was 2019 when I participated, and it was about environment. I was really interested in entrepreneurship itself, but not pharmacy. And as I said, at that point, I was like, "Khalas, I wanna leave pharmacy. I wanna shift totally my major into business and entrepreneurship." But because I'm Palestinian, I think this is the case for everyone. You're not allowed to, and you need to be a doctor. I started to shift my career smart way, where I use what I have right now with what I want to learn. So with that, I created Permila. Permila, a full of life formula, is an pharmaceutical agricultural startup that I've started with my colleagues on pharmacy. And we have successfully been to finals of the Help Prize. We were from the latest and finalist startups. And you have no idea how hard it is to actually get qualified into the steps where you compete with 3 million students around the world just to get to that place, to be recognized and for people to know more about you. So what Permila served is that we provided the capsule that is solely for educating the kids and young people, to give them the awareness about agriculture. So if you have ever heard about or know Jack and the Beanstalk story, which is basically where Jack had a bean seed and he went to his backyard, he implanted that seed in the on the land, and the very next day he woke up and found it all grown, and it was really tall and it went up to the sky. It's a fiction. It's a fiction story that we actually used and tried to make it happen. So Permila was a capsule that had some seed formula inside that boosted energy of the seed itself to grow in a faster, organic, with a less consumption of water, for kids to see how the effect go easily, and to fall in love with their land, and to fall in love with actually planting, and to understand everything that is about agriculture. Alhamdulillah, we've successfully exited Permila in Jordan, and IVC has acquired it. We have applied for an IPO. Sorry, we haven't applied for an IP, and after applying for the IP, we have exited the company in Amman. So Permila was my kickoff in entrepreneurship, and alhamdulillah, it was a really long journey that I kicked off my career with, because I had no idea what entrepreneurship is. I had no background in business. I hate math. I hate everything that has numbers in it. But I learned by doing. I didn't learn from classes. I didn't learn from books. I learned by talking to people. I learned by going to the customer. I learned by interacting with the market itself to get all of the information, and then going to experts, gathering all of the data that I need, and going to experts for them to teach me how can I do. And the most important thing that I had was that we had several mentors in different aspects. I think this was the main purpose of how Permila actually succeeded. So after getting really recognized in Permila through Help Prize, alhamdulillah, I got my first ever job as a fifth year student in pharmacy to join the Help Prize global team, to actually spread Help Prize around the world and to work directly with them. Because of my journey, how it was inspirational to a lot of students, how it actually attracted a lot of students to start thinking about social entrepreneurship, not entrepreneurship itself, but social entrepreneurship, as how important it is to give back to the community, and to give back to your country, and to give back to your people, and to give back to the environment. I got that. I started working with the Help Prize directly, and I was working in the accelerator. I was working in the regional program. I was working on the on-campus program, but mostly I was working on the accelerator. And if you're not familiar with that, so the Help Prize has the best ranked accelerator for university students that takes 2 months long in the UK. After leaving the Help Prize, I've decided to continue my journey in Impact Universal. And Impact Universal is something that I've established along with my partners in Doha, to actually get all of the information that we had, get all of the inspiration that we have, and start pushing it towards the students, or the Qatari students, or the Qatar-based students that we have in Doha. So we mainly focus on the youth university students. We focus on providing sustainability, and focusing on startups that evolve around sustainability, evolve around social impact, scalability, and is 100% for the community. So we're not looking around startups that are in for the money, or startups that are in to go to stock market, but we look for startups, and we look for the youth and the young professionals that actually want to be leaders in social entrepreneurship, that want to develop and launch ideas that create sustainable impact, that create sustainability for their community, whatever it is, in whatever field it is. So this was the launch of Impact Universal right after I left the Hope Prize. So again, Impact Universal focus also on SDG, Sustainable Development Goals. And we, if you don't know already, so Sustainable Development Goals has 6 years left, and the UN has announced the new common agenda. So we're going through a shift from SDGs to the new common agenda, which is, from my perspective, I can say the UN did a really great job with the new common agenda, because it really reflects the issues that we have nowadays and the issues that we need to solve nowadays. And I fully support, if you want to go through the new common agenda, you can just Google it. You can write Summit of the Future, the new common agenda by the UN. It's new 12 agendas. If you can see, SDGs was all around those 17 goals, and they totally shifted. This is really a happy moment for me. So in August, I think this August, I had the pleasure to be within the AFS program, intellectual program, and to visit NYU eLab, the entrepreneurship lab that they have. And by the entrepreneurship, visiting the entrepreneurship lab and visiting, this is Keith. He's the program manager at NYU Entrepreneurship Lab, to start having programs designed just for the Qatar-based students to start going to NYU and to learn. To be honest, I have been learning right now about entrepreneurship, but the things that I've seen in NYU was totally magnificent. So we're encouraging right now students to start registering to fly out to NYU and to learn more about social entrepreneurship, to go back to Doha and apply it. Those are my advices that I always say to every student that I interact with, and to every entrepreneur I interact with. Those are my I can say, the key learnings and the outcomes that I had within the years of me working in social entrepreneurship. You're gonna fail in a lot. You have no idea how many years it took for me to actually kick off Impact Universal. I think I wanted to start in 2021, and the first program actually kicked off this year, 2024. It took me 3 years of failure to push it. So failure is common. Failure will happen, and you just need to go. You need to fail fast. I failed slow, to be honest. That's why I'm telling you, you need to fail fast. You need to keep on trying and go, go, go. Be smart on information overload. And this is something that did put myself into. Me going to a lot of people to collect information was really overwhelming for me, to the point that I wanted to stop. So my advice will be, you will have a lot of information and you will get overwhelmed and disturbed with the amount of information and outcomes and results that you have. Write them all down. You need to write everything down, and be smart on picking and organizing which one you want to start with first. So prioritizing is key. Right now, my life is all about prioritizing. So prioritizing is a key that you need to kick off your life with. Do not fall in love with your idea. Permila, before it came Permila, it was a totally different thing. Impact Universal, this Impact Universal right now was a totally different thing. So pivoting your idea is important, because it's not about you, it's about them, the market, the customers, the students, the entrepreneurs that you're trying to tap into. So try your best not to fall in love with your idea. I know it's hard, it's your baby, it's what you have imagined, but not everyone is you. People don't think as the same as you. People have different mindset. You need to be them, not you. If you're building a product or you're building a service, a company, an organization, whatever it is, to fulfill your needs, you're doing something wrong. You need to pause, you need to stop, you need to verify who actually need the thing that you're building. And this is one of the main key aspects why Impact Universal failed in the first year, because I was building something for me. I wasn't building something for the other people. Ask questions, always ask questions, because you never know what's gonna happen if you don't ask. And this is the funny thing, because I got the best opportunities because I asked a question and I wasn't shy about it. You need to ask because you never know what the answer can be, and you never know what the other person can respond back to you. Maybe that person you ask the question can be your next co-founder, can be your next partner or investor. You just need to get out of the box and remove that eggshell and dive directly into your questions. Another thing, execution is key. An idea alone is worth less. Having an idea without working on it, and I don't mean by working on it is building your business plan and then putting it in your drawer and closing. Working on it means execution. Go directly to the market. This is what lean startup is. I have an idea, I execute it directly. And this is something that I do. If it failed, I didn't lose anything. I didn't lose time. I didn't lose money. I did it. I just started to understand the market. Especially we have the Qatari market, it shifts really fast. The customer mindset that we have here is not stable. Everything goes with the trend. So you need to execute, you need to fail and move fast. And next is diversity. Is extremely important. And when I say diversity is extremely important, because it can bring you creative problem solving, new ideas, complementary strengths and weaknesses. Which means if you are a startup that is providing a tech solution, not everyone needs to be in tech. And this is wrong. And this is what I learned with Permila. Every single one of us in the team was a pharmacist. No one knew what to do when it came to business. No one knew what it took to become an entrepreneur. None of us knew what to do in marketing, in finance, in accounting. We had absolutely no idea. The only good thing that we had is that we had different mentors in every aspect and in every major. And we started learning from them and applying really fast. We built that startup in less than a year and we exited in less than a year. It was quick in and out, to be honest. So you need to be diverse to bring something on the table, and you need to be smart when it comes to selecting your team members. And I think this is something that everyone right now has agreed on when it came to Dr. Abdelhadi or Dr. Asil. Everyone is talking about your team. Your team is extremely important. And what you bring to the table is extremely important. And you need to understand what leadership is. Leadership is extremely important. So a leader is who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. It's not the one that boss around. It's not the one that has all of the information for themselves. It's the person that drags the whole team and organizes everything for the whole team to move forward and knows how to take on decisions by listening to everyone, by understanding every single concept that needs to be understood. So leadership is really important. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, that's it for me. I didn't want to make it long. I really wanted to make it short. And I wanted just to give directly what key elements and points and outcomes that I have learned throughout those, I think, 6 years. And being an entrepreneur is not easy. Every single day I wake up and think about, why did I leave pharmacy and got into entrepreneurship? This is a really hard market. But when I talk to students that I've personally changed their perspective on entrepreneurship and where are they right now, it gives me back the same feeling or that satisfaction that I need, and the realization of why I left pharmacy for entrepreneurship. So you can use entrepreneurship for pharmacy, you can use pharmacy for entrepreneurship, but entrepreneurship can be in everything, especially social entrepreneurship. So I think that's it for me.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dr. Noor, for the inspiration and motivation towards entrepreneurship. Your insights have been incredibly encouraging and they have sparked new ideas for us to explore. Thank you so much. And now, finally, we have Dr. Hussam Al-Salamat, a pharmacist with a Doctor of Pharmacy, Clinical Pharmacy Master, and Doctor of Medicine degrees. Dr. Al-Salamat is a certified tobacco treatment specialist and a consultant executive trainer in data management for decision-making. His research in molecular oncology, health education, and public health has made significant contributions to the field. Dr. Hussam, you can start.
Thank you so much. Can you see it?
Yes, we can clearly see.
Okay, so I'm taking the note that I have 20 minutes, so I'll try to stick to the time. First of all, thank you very much for inviting me for this presentation. And it's my pleasure to deliver this talk. It's a motivational talk. Just like Noor just said, I would just leave the technicals which were covered already at the beginning of the event, and many of the concepts for entrepreneurship were already covered. I would just say this presentation is a story. It's a story about anyone, but it's one of my stories. I was confused which items that I should put into the table for this presentation, but I would say that I will take the way and just say what I can. As you can see, I'm a pharmacist, but I'm also a physician, so it's something different. I had a Doctor of Pharmacy degree and a master's degree, as well as an MD degree. Will qualifications help in maximizing your exposure and excellency in entrepreneurship, or making let's say, an opportunity out there in the real world? I would say qualifications are added value, are a testimonial for your achievements, for your skills, but they are not really a goal themselves. There are many qualifications in academia or in professional development that I would recommend anyone to seek. But if you have a clear goal that you have until at the end of this qualification, it will add up to your skills, it will add up to your knowledge. In pharmacy, we have a diversity of qualifications that can help in each aspect of the business industry. So I would recommend everyone to look for an added qualification where you can be distinguished among the crowd. So every one of us will finish pharmacy school, who are attending, or finish a healthcare, any degree. At the starting point of an ending point of your degree, everyone is equals in terms of having the degree. But when you come to compete in the market, or when you are showing your ideas or trying to make yourself a space, you have to have an additional qualification. These qualification, it doesn't need to be a paper, it can be a skill. And my point of view of entrepreneurship is the best way to invest is not only to invest in your ideas, it's also to invest in yourself. So whatever the speakers have said today, it's because they invested in themselves. They invested in their skill, they invested in their understanding of the world, they invested in their understanding of the opportunities that are available for them in their respective environments or the opportunities that they made themselves. So you need to know how to invest in yourself. And the best way to invest yourself is to sharpen your skills, but also to understand your environment. I come from the country which is called Jordan. Jordan is not really the best resourceful country, but we have certain opportunities related to education and learning and the location itself. And every one of you who are attending this webinar or will be attending this recording, think of the opportunities that are relevant to your country. You don't need to look very far away. Look inside, look into the needs of the society that you're living in. Start from there. Start from finding a gap in your community that you can cover. Entrepreneurship is not only about business. We said different times in this webinar that we have the concept of social entrepreneurship, where you can contribute to the community by solving problems. These problems, it doesn't need to reflect on you in terms of financial reflection. It can also reflect on your achievements and the self-rewarding impact that you put in people and put in solving these problems. And the first step I would recommend everyone is to look inside. Look inside yourself, look inside your country, look inside your region. Then go on find a better perspective about this problem. The other thing I want to say that from whenever you look inside, you also need to think of a global perspective. I wouldn't say that don't look far away. I would say reflect on faraway opportunities. Many of the opportunities or entrepreneurial opportunities are actually replications of something built elsewhere, thought elsewhere, applied elsewhere, or started elsewhere. So the novelty of an entrepreneurial idea, it doesn't need to be something out of the concept of ordinary. It can be an ordinary idea with ordinary people, but you are applying it to somewhere else that is not the usual norm for that particular idea. So when you have a global perspective, just like Noor just said about the SDGs, which is the Sustainable Development Goals, and the new versions of it, having understand these SDGs, it's not about proving the knowledge that you have. It's not about proving that you have a different perspective. It's about studying what is important for the community and humanity. And whenever you tackle something that of this value or of this importance, and someone else already labeled it as important, it's usually coming up at the end with something impactful and of reason and of value. The one thing I would say about IVPN is an environment for mentorship. When we attend such webinars, it's not about gaining knowledge. It's not about learning new ideas or new information. Many of the things that we are saying are actually normal. It's actually common. You might already think of it as a common sense. But one of the values that we add in IVPN, which is an entrepreneurial idea as well, is the value of mentors, of the value of having someone who can guide you through life, through opportunities, through the direction where you are focusing your time and effort. It can shortcut your goals. You can achieve what you have never achieved by just asking the right question or asking the right people who have already gone to the same journey before you. So I would say that, and I would recommend everyone to find mentors. It's not about having one single mentor for everything. Mentors are actually diverse. You can have someone who can guide you, advise you about your professional career, your social life, your qualification choices, your employment, whatever thing particular you have in life, you can always have a mentor for that. And asking those mentors will always bring you another perspective that can come up handy to your journey. I wanted to highlight something in my presentation, is that many of the things I have achieved are actually achieved because of some soft skills. Having such soft skills is not a requirement, but it can also shorten and broaden shorten the timeline of your achievements and broaden the scope of your targets. Many of these soft skills, some considered it as, something extra. I can always, let's say, find someone else to do it. But my way is that I could sense the impact of such skills on myself, on my opportunities, on my progress, on my outputs whenever I do something, whether it's related to work or it's related to personal growth. When you are an entrepreneur, you sometimes need to do things your way. You sometimes need to understand things that you can't do, but you need to have the minimal understanding of it. I wouldn't say soft skills are meant to be, you need to be an expert in, but you need to have an idea. Some of these soft skills, I would say, is graphic design. It was really much, much helpful to have something that you can manipulate designs and visualize your thoughts into something like a picture, a video, or any sort of media that you can share with others and share with yourself. Your ability to graphic design can reflect much than you think on the thing that you do. The other thing is to proper write. It's funny that writing efficiently, writing accurately with the proper spelling and a proper vocabulary when in any language. I wouldn't say English. You can write in your own language, in Arabic, in any language that you can speak or write or utilize in your community. Mastering the art of writing can reflect much on your products that you are doing, much on your opportunities. Writing is an integral part of everything that you do. In writing emails, in communicating with others through messages or WhatsApp, or even into formulating a presentation or formulating any production material that you are sharing with others. And proper writing is always catchy and always an appreciated skill, and not having it is always a red flag where people can underestimate your efforts. The other thing is that many of the speakers already addressed how being an entrepreneur is working 24/7. Working 24/7 require a very unique skill. Usually we put it in our CVs, but we don't really live the experience of time management. So time management is really a crucial asset where you can build in yourself and improve yourself in practicing it. It's not about only scheduling appointments. It's about prioritizing your important goals within a time frame. As Noor said, many of us would fail in doing something or fail on accomplishing something. It's fine. We're all gonna fail. Sometimes we are always behind schedule for some things, but we try to prioritize to be on schedule for the most important things and for the most things that we prioritize. And being able to do that has really an important value on whatever thing that you will be doing, whether it's a business idea or it's an added goal or qualification that you are doing. So having said that, what else would you think as an entrepreneurial webinar? We all say entrepreneuring and hustling or some other fancy words. We end up in the comparison between employment and self-employment. Being an entrepreneur is actually working for yourself, for your team. You are working for your ideas. so that it can flourish and can reach the maximum capacity that it can be. Employment is not really a bad thing. Some people are better fit with employment where you can work on other people's ideas or other people's businesses and contribute and make it flourish, which is a really valuable asset and you are really valuable goal, and it's a lifestyle. But self-employment is much challenging. It can be rewarding sometime at the end of the work, at the end of the road, but at the beginning, it's really challenging because the amount of skills and time that you are going to invest in this for yourself is much more. And would I recommend everyone to go into self-employment? I would say no. Would I recommend everyone to go entrepreneurial? No, you don't need to do this solely because it's fancy and at the end it's rewarding. You always make a proper balance. Sometimes you go back and forth between the two stages. You sometimes need to go for the employment in terms to better qualify yourself, learn from others, gain the proper financial status to be a self-employed. You can sometimes do both. You can become employed, you can become self-employed at the same time with a proper balance, and as we said, with the proper time management. The first presentation actually addressed the business model canvas, and I was going to go through the details of it, but I wouldn't because it's already discussed. But I would like to insist on the importance of the structured way of thinking whenever you are trying to build an idea. And this is what the business model canvas is. It's just about having a structure of your idea that at the end of having this exercise done, you will have your idea have its shape that can fit into the market and can make you proper judge your ideas in terms of feasibility and in terms of what are the needs and if you want to go for this idea or not. If you practice the business model canvas, and there are many other courses that you can do, and many entrepreneurs or business owners actually go into this process to learn it and to practice it and to live it. So I would recommend everyone to go over this template where you can put your idea and ask the questions that are right for each of the segments in the business model canvas so that you can objectively strategize your ideas. The other skill that I would recommend everyone who are going into going entrepreneurial is to practice some tools for evaluating ideas and for evaluating opportunities. One of these models is the SWOT model, where you can evaluate strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. In any situation where you come up with something new, it's good that you can start flying with your ideas and applying it, but be objective in trying to understand all the aspects of your ideas in terms of the SWOT analysis. This can save you time, this can save you efforts, and this can make you predict the coming variables of your ideas. There's something always that we insist on doing IVPN is to be visible. Being visible is really important, but this has a very unique trick, is that you need to be visible with the right content, with the right image. That's why I would say, I always call it professional networking. It's not about social networking. I know it's called social media, but you need to make it professional media. Some people can be public with being funny or being social in ideas that doesn't really reflect their goals. I would insist and recommend that you always use your social media wisely, and you always share and engage with contents that are reflection of your goals and reflection of yourself. So don't use social media for just the use of social media. Use it and utilize it professionally and practice professional networking. This is my LinkedIn profile, and I have other profiles where I shared my research. This is like Google Scholar. Both of these social medias are they are called social medias and can be used for many purposes. But I decided long time ago that I would only use these social medias as much as possible with sharing content that are reflection of my goals and gather around people who are qualified, having let's say, a similar perspective and a similar common goal, so that I can circle myself with people who have a common perspective and have an added value on what I see every day and what I share every day. You need to share, you need to know that your social media is used to share your content with certain people. These people can be the right people and can be the insignificant or not the right people. So whenever you gather around people, you need to gather them wisely. And this cannot be done in a short notice. It's a lifestyle. So you need to build this lifestyle in a way that can be reflected on your outcomes. In this presentation, I really wanted to share some of the milestones in my work, which are unique opportunities that you can do yourself in some time. One of these, let's say, paths of work or self-employment, I would say, or entrepreneurial works, is consulting. When do you consult? When do you come to the stage and say you are an expert on something? Is when you are mastering a certain skill that you can make others learn or make it useful and reflect on their professional or environment. One of these projects that we worked on is to train hospital and healthcare managers. And these photos are one of the times that are very valuable opportunities for me, where we trained around 300 healthcare managers in Jordan, in all health system in Jordan, which was an impactful project that fits a qualification of healthcare. And I trained myself for data management for decision making on this project. How do I become consulting on this? Because I qualified myself in this particular aspect of the consulting environment. And as we mastered this particular module, we trained all these people who are maybe even more qualified sometimes. They have more degrees, they have higher positions in the respective healthcare structure. But at the end, you can always contribute and make an additional idea for the others by consulting on this particular subject. The other thing is it's nice to acquire skills. The skills that are sometimes are not directly reflecting on your near or near future career or near future opportunities. I started my journey in working with a pharmacy degree as a research assistant, as a teaching assistant. And I had the opportunity, which I was lucky to have, into working in laboratory with bachelor students. I trained bachelor students, master's students, PhD students, and I get the chance to know diverse mindsets and abilities of others that broadens my scope into doing something else in the future. So working on your skills, making it a better skill that can be needed by others, required by others, is really a nice goal to have as an entrepreneur. Some of these skills are entrepreneurial, but sometimes these are just basic skills that need to be, you need to just know that you need it. You just know that it's your goal or something that you like doing. The last thing I would say that be engaging. Entrepreneuring is not about just doing a product and selling it to others. In the process of making a product, you need to know others. You need to engage with others. And to do this, I wouldn't say that you are doing it just to get the product. You need to practice it as a lifestyle. Being an entrepreneur is being social, being engaging, being networking, to attend meetings, to attend professional gatherings that are relevant to your thing, and to contribute to the community around where you are making an impact or solving a problem gap. So to be engaging, we worked on several initiatives, many initiatives. Many of these initiatives are actually volunteering. And volunteering is usually one of the most self-rewarding experiences that anyone can have. And it's one of the most exposing environments where you get to know others who have common goals, who have skills, and who have passion, and who have motivation to do stuff that can maybe have a common value to you and the others. One of these initiatives that I feel proud of initiating is the smoke-free generation, which we initiated with the Jordan Pharmacists Association, and it gained a national impact, a national recognition, as well as an international recognition by many institutions. One of the main pillars of success for such initiative was the ability to gather the most interested parties together. And having the ability to engage such partners is a really valuable asset to make any idea a successful idea. It's not about this particular initiative. I'm saying this for any idea that come up to your mind. Know your partners, know your valuable assets, know the interested people in your common idea, and be able to gather them around. We launched this initiative in Jordan to address the epidemic of smoking in Jordan, and in a particular age group, which is the adolescent school children. And we qualified volunteers to train a well-put and a well-structured material with well-structured tools. One of these tools is to have your fingerprint with an oath, where you say that you will quit smoking and you will reach for help if you think to smoke. It gained a really great attention for students, and we are running this on yearly basis, and we are visiting schools where we have a real appreciation for such ideas. Social entrepreneuring is a rewarding thing for ourselves, but you need to know that at one point, such entrepreneurial social activities can also be monetized, can be sustainable. You can make such entrepreneurial activities rewarding, even in the terms of financial support for such ideas to go above and beyond the reach of the target of the initiative. I hope this presentation brings to your attention some of the valuable skills and the valuable assets where anyone seeking to become an entrepreneur, I would say a contributor, can benefit from. Thank you for having me again. I'm always available to communicate on many social medias.
Thank you so much, Dr. Hussam, for the amazing presentation. I want to express my gratitude to all the speakers for delivering such an incredible presentations. Your insights have been enlightening, and I'm confident that our participants have gained valuable knowledge as well. We are now inviting questions from the audience. If you have any questions for our speakers, please feel free to type them in the question and answer Okay, so we have a question from Hind. If you could forecast a major societal shift, changing demographics, healthcare disparities that will impact pharmacy entrepreneurship in the next decade, what would it be and how should pharmacists prepare for it?
Is this question for me?
Yes.
If you can repeat it again, I'm sorry.
Okay, if you could forecast a major societal shift, changing demographics, healthcare disparities that will impact pharmacy entrepreneurship in the next decade, what would it be and how should pharmacists prepare for it?
I would say any interest or contribution into the concept of digital health and digital pharmacy and utilizing and implementing digital tools in the pharmacy practice is a major value. Utilizing or making products that can make our work more efficient, more accurate, more safe is a valuable direction for anyone. And I wouldn't say it's a pharmacy perspective, it's a healthcare perspective. So I would encourage everyone to go into this. The other thing is to utilize data. We are living in an era where data is more than we can take. And many of these data, which whether it was market data or health data or social or behavioral data, the humanity is not really catching up to the amount of data that are there. Practicing data analysis and creative ways to handle such data and make insights and come up with new solutions and ideas or inferentials from these data can make a huge impact into generating solutions and identifying problems. And I would encourage anyone to go into this. The other thing that come up to my mind is to focus on providing quality pharmaceutical care. And how can I do that? By knowing what is a better quality pharmaceutical care. So if you shift your focus into providing products or services that can improve the quality of existing services or the quality of healthcare, I would say this is always an acceptable way or acceptable concept to work on in terms of a new idea or in terms of a new perspective where you can invest your time and effort in doing something new.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Hussam. Another question. If pharmacy entrepreneurs could implement one policy change to support innovation and growth in the sector, what would it be and why do you believe it's necessary?
I don't think there is a wrong and a good side of any initiative. I wouldn't make my word as the only initiative that can make pharmacy entrepreneurs better. But supporting innovation is supporting understanding of how to innovate. Any initiative in any location that can explain initiative as a structured way of thinking will make a great success, because this area of focus in learning is not usually the conventional way of learning for any program. So any student chapter or any organization that can adopt an initiative where they can explain innovation in a structured way I think this is a way forward for such initiatives. And I would recommend that you adopt models. I wouldn't say it's an initiative. It can be different in certain organizations. Like if you are students in universities, you can make a club about this. You can make an interest group about such innovation mindset. This is a really good thing that you can focus on. And if you are a practicing healthcare or pharmacist, you can utilize this in your organization as an interest group. It doesn't need to be an initiative that is hectic to manage or not really efficient to reach.
Okay, perfect. We have another question. In an age where personalization is becoming key in healthcare, how can pharmacists leverage data-driven insights to create hyper-personalization entrepreneurial solutions that cater to individual patient needs while maintaining scalability? Sorry.
Well, if you say that personalization is by providing a unique pharmaceutical care for each patient based on their individual characteristics, not going into genetics, I would say sharpen your own skills into understanding such patient characteristics to reflect on the care that you are providing. You can do that and start from your own practice, your own individual thing, or you can do this in a systematic way where you are practicing. I'm not sure if the people attending are actually practicing pharmacy or not, but in the future, if you are practicing, you always have the opportunity to collect data about the I would say the client or the patient that you are providing care for. The way you use such data is really a skill. You need to know how to understand such data and analyze it in order to reflect on your practice. The other term of personalized care is to provide care in aspects where knowledge is personalized. Your understanding of pharmacy in certain topics can provide personalized care for others. I would give an example. In the area where you are practicing in a hospital or in a health setting, and you are providing therapeutic drug monitoring, many of you already come up to this concept, where you are following up on medications that are either very toxic, have a short therapeutic window, or have any special precautions to certain population. Having understand the limits and the know-how to use such medications will prompt you to care more into those patients. Adopting protocols where you care for flags or prompts related to such medications is a personalized care. And sometimes the idea of personalized care is very obvious, but we are not actually practicing it. So enforcing practice, motivating others to practice personalized care is really an added value.
Okay, one last question. What are the most common obstacles new pharmacy entrepreneurs face, and how can they be strategically addressed in the early stages of venture?
One of the major challenges is the understanding of the legal framework of your idea. So you need to consult on this whenever you have the chance. Consulting about the legal status in terms of financial or the legal presence of your ideas is very important. But I wouldn't say that should draw you back on applying your ideas or going forward with entrepreneurial ideas. So I recommend everyone first to start engaging with competitions. Many of our communities are adapting competitions for entrepreneurial ideas where you pitch your ideas to experts or someone who can criticize it objectively. Pitching your ideas as much as you can sharpen and qualify your ideas and understanding of the aspects of an idea in a very nice way. And you will reach a stage where you can even support your ideas financially by getting sponsors out of these committees. The main thing I don't like about entrepreneurial goals is that people usually build the idea so that they can sell it. You don't need to do that. You can do it anytime. You can have a successful idea and reach a point where you can just sell it to someone else who can apply it even better and be satisfied with the amount of money that you gain from this idea. But I don't think this is the way forward. You need to work on certain ideas that can last, certain ideas that you are part of. And I would say one of the major obstacle is that, like Noor said, that we love our ideas so much that we get attached to it. Learn how to let go if the idea is objectively not satisfactory, and learn how to make an attachment if the idea is gaining an impact, even if you are not really enjoying it the way that you think it is. You need to be practical and passionate at the same time, but you have to have the right balance.
Yes, I agree. There is one question in Arabic. How can they become part of the IVPN? I've mentioned in the start of the presentation, you can become part of the IVPN network by joining any of our listservs via the IVPN network website. So you enter the IVPN network website and you subscribe to any of the listservs and you'll become part of the IVPN. I think that's all. I believe we've covered all the questions for now. Once more, I'd like to extend our gratitude to all the speakers for today. Additionally, I'd like to express our thanks to everyone who joined us today. Your presence is appreciated, and we hope you found the presentation to be highly informative. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.